Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Vibing with Sleazy, the podcast. This is season 7, episode 3. And yes, I want to thank everybody for listening, tuning in, and downloading. It's been a fun season so far. I have a special guest tonight for this episode. It is a first time guest, someone that has not been on the show before. We are doing it live from my apartment. This is the Carissa Murray episode. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Uh, we have talked about doing this show for a while, but I have not been podcasting. And now that I'm back, I have you on. So, how has life been going for you right now?
It's been going good.
Just you doing anything crazy?
Trying not to, but I guess I'm always a little crazy. I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you. So, what I want to do is on this episode, since it's your first time being on the show, I want to basically talk about the beginning of like your life, your story, what you're doing now, what you've gone through, and everything. We've kind of discussed a few things, and actually, I want to talk about how we've relinked up. You and I actually ran into each other probably, man, I'd have to say it was around 5 or 6 years ago. Apartment down on 4th Street.
hmm
Through I was renting apartments for a guy named Chris Stout. He actually what he would do is like have this inventory of random apartments and houses, and he'd send me addresses, and he's like, this person's interested in this place. Just reach out to them, schedule, and meet them, show them the place. If you rent it to them, if they like sign a lease, then just you'll get paid. So I'm
I
renting.
loved that
Yeah,
condo slash apartment. It was so dope. Right on 4th Street Live. You
yeah,
walked down double balcony. I didn't know what that top part was. It was like somebody said you can put a DJ booth up here. Like it
yeah.
was so cool. Like I really loved living there.
It was a great place. I'll be honest. I fell in love with a lot of his places. He had a place down by the Louisville Gardens that actually you entered through a Chinese food restaurant, like no joke. So this place was on top of a Chinese food restaurant. It was actually about 2 blocks away from where I rented to you.
On
And
Broadway.
no, this is like off Louisville Gardens, kind of off Chestnut. It
Okay,
was in
yeah.
a random parking lot, and I would knock on this door, or I would use this key, and I'd walk in. There'd be a guy like dumping water and shit, some Chinese people, and I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" They're like, "You want Chinese food?" I'm like, "No, I'm going upstairs." So I'd go upstairs, and I'm looking over on this like top deck, and I'd look over, and I'm like, "I'm the king of the world!" Like I felt amazing because I had this like total view, and it was just like in downtown Louisville. But no, the place I ran into you, what was cool about that place, like Carissa said, heart of 4th Street. You got the Seelbach, literally down the street. You
Next to it,
got
yeah, right
yeah,
next to it.
yeah, right next to it. You got CVS Pharmacy, which is classic. 4th Street Live,
Classic
and
CVS
yeah,
pharmacy,
oh
huh?
no, it is because the reason I say it's classic. I actually just watched the movie Stripes recently with Bill Murray. It's a Louisville, Kentucky movie. I had no idea. I fall in love with places and like movies that center back to Louisville. So like there's a movie called Sheba Baby from 1975 that was filmed in Louisville. I tuned into, but with Stripes, I'm watching it the other night and I'm just zoned in. I'm chilling. First time ever seeing it. I'm like, holy shit, it's in downtown Louisville. And his cab really goes right by the CVS. It had the old sign that's like on the corner. And I was like, holy shit, I know that's CVS.
You
So it
know,
wasn't there at that time, but it was pretty cool.
my friend actually was just telling me about the movies historically about Kentucky and Louisville. He was saying something about Colonel Sanders being like he used to be out here like killing shit, and they gave him the title Colonel
Mm.
to try to calm him down. I was like, okay, like please, but he said that it came from a a movie shoot is because of who invented the move like a video camera, was it Edison?
Yeah, Thomas Edison,
Okay,
I
and
think, is who got credit for it.
so he would go around and shoot you if you were using his video camera without his permission. So that's where they got a movie shoot, video shoot. I don't
I
know if
had
that's
no,
true, but yeah.
I had never heard of that.
I
That's wild.
I heard it from my friend. He's really big in the music industry and stuff, and he actually just co-produced the Diddy documentary. So he's the one who told me that. That's funny that you said that because it sounded familiar a little bit, the stripes and all the things that he
Yeah.
was talking about.
Yeah, it was with Stripes. So basically, it's a movie with Bill Murray, a bunch of old comedians where they like basically are like down and out. Like there's a scene on the Second Street Bridge where he throws his keys over the water.
Yeah.
I think I told you about that.
Yeah.
And there's just like all these crazy different segments. So I just love anything that like ties back to Louisville and like watching that stuff. But no, I Thomas Edison actually lived in Louisville for a while. His house was like in Nulu, and the situation with him was he was working somewhere downtown. I think he was working for actually like LG&E at the time, and or the phone company.
LG&E, they had LG&E
or
back
whoever.
then?
I don't know, the phone company,
What?
somebody like whoever. He was working for a utility company, and he was working with acid. He was doing like experiments, and he spilt the acid through the thing, and it landed on like the boss's desk. And they're like, Edison, you're
Get
fired.
the fuck out.
So they fired Thomas Edison. He moved away. And when he moved away, he pretty much was like, I guess, had given up. But then, bam, they had the big Southern Expedition, which was this huge, it's not there now, but all of old Louisville at one time had this giant building. It was like the Fair and Expo Center in old Louisville, and it was called like the Southern Expedition, where they would show experiments and different things, and people would come. And Edison, that's where he displayed his lights for the first time. But see, a lot of people say Tesla did it too, so.
Well, I'm just wondering how the hell was he working for a utility company, LG&E? It was he did, and then the lights thing came out.
I don't know if it's LG&E. I think what it was that he was just working for an actual utility company or a phone company. He was working for someone or maybe a lab, but he spilled acid, lived in Louisville. He lived in a duplex. I've taken people down there before. It was actually behind my old office where I worked at the paper, and you can go up. It's got like skeleton door keys. Really? I think they do tours. Yeah, and cool. Both doors are green. They got the little steps. I mean, everything's original. Have like this black metal iron fencing, so it's really sick. But anyways, yeah, he ended up dipping on Louisville after he spilled the acid. The boss just wasn't having it. But there's a lot of competition. People say that Edison, also, stole inventions from people. So there's a lot of controversy about Edison that I've heard over the years. Well, I think he
was a killer. I didn't know that about him.
Well, I didn't know all that, but I do think he killed an elephant.
Oh, okay. That's really at home.
Actually,
you too, huh?
Yeah, because I work at the zoo. But yeah, let me look. Let's see. I'm looking this up right now because they actually made a Bob's Burger episode about. Yeah. So there's actually a documentary / horror. It's called Electrocuting an Elephant. It was 1 minute long. It was produced in 1903, and it was actually the electrocution of Topsy at Coney Island, and Thomas Edison was involved. So basically, what it was in 1903, an American black and white silent actuality short depicting the killing of an elephant, Topsy, by electrocution at a Coney Island amusement park on January 4th, 1903. It was produced by the Edison Film Company, which was and believed to have been shot by either Edwin S. Porter or Jacob Blair Smith. So what?
They had money to blow to be killing elephants.
Yeah.
That's...
And they did
especially in 1903. That was probably pretty expensive to get that little baby over here.
Well, this blows my mind because Bob's Burgers, the cartoon, did a whole episode on this and actually had Edison and did this whole thing on Topsy the elephant. I thought it was like fictional. I didn't know that was real. So
you hate him now.
Oh, I definitely hate him now. But no, rest in peace, Topsy. I definitely go I'll be honest, I've taken a lot of people to the Edison house, people that just come in town to visit. I'm like, what's some historic shit I can show them? We're hitting up the Edison house. It's a 2-minute stop, but it's pretty cool.
I really loved that condo. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, we'll go back to the condo. So, because I veer off in different subjects, but with the condo, what was nice too. So there's a Walgreens that was below the condo, which was on specialty just for pharmaceutical. I couldn't go in
there, but I could lift my floor up in my closet and see, not down in there, but I was like, like this is cool. Yeah,
you could eavesdrop.
Yeah, I could. No, I could I don't know.
I like it. I like it. But that was actually the original spot of a Walgreens back excuse me, back in the day. And the situation with that Walgreens is, it's like that was new. The apartment
They had
or
that
the
art studio down there too, which was really
yeah.
cool because I could go into into the basement,
Mhm.
where the storage unit once was, even though you didn't provide me with one, thanks a lot, but I could still go down there and see, and
Mhm.
I could go in there if I wanted it. I felt like, I shouldn't be there, but yeah, it was cool.
There's a lot of access in old building. Yeah, access
Like
there.
secret passageways.
Yeah, because at one time where that parking lot is next to the building, that was actually buildings at one time as well. But you would go up in this elevator, go up to Carissa's apartment, which was on the left. There was other ones on the right.
But the thing about it though, it wasn't set up like a normal, like, okay, here I'm getting in the elevator going up and these are all the apartment complexes. No, it's like you go up, like from my floor example, I just went exploring one day and it's all kinds of, like, it's way down the hall, turn left, go right, and then this one might take me to the end of a fire escape. I tried to walk down it thinking it was steps, but it was a fire escape.
Well, I think one has a pool. I think one had like a pool table up there, like a double loft. Like there was a
No, the one upstairs. Remember? Yeah,
yeah,
I wanted. I wish I would have grabbed that one. You had rented it.
yeah. Because I was just renting. I'll be
that one was
honest, I
so
was
cool.
renting like crazy.
That was a penthouse. Yeah.
And I saw your info, and I was like, "Oh, I know Carissa." So yeah, when I showed Carissa, you'd walk in, hardwood floors, had like a little
Original.
laundry off the living room. It had a little deck, looked over 4th Street.
It was a nice deck.
Which was a lot of history there on that deck.
It had a double door on each side, so it was like, it's not a wraparound deck, but I don't know. But my other condo at the time that I had too was really dope over there in Indiana because I could see the skyline over there on the 10th floor.
See the fireworks too, with thunder probably too.
Yeah, the harbors. I really loved that, and it was
that place
so
is
secure over there. Yeah, it was. It's kind of old, but I really liked that one. It was fully furnished, and I didn't have to do anything. Super safe though. I felt super safe over there.
My friend Tommy Crawley lived there one time, and it was nice. I did one thunder there one time, but I can't remember what year. The view is incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, over the water, and
I could see all the concerts and everything going on at the Great Lawn or whatever is going on over there. I liked it. But...
It'd be like the perfect smoking patio just to look out. I like it. So, but overall,
I love the pool.
Yeah, they that building too, just where it's set up and like going by on the freeway. It's just kind of cool how also the parking garage there is kind of at an angle. It's pretty dope. But yeah, I remember that place. But the where we ran to you, it's like that place that I rented to you. There was so much history in there. Like that was just
it's
all
for sale right now. Done. Do you know that?
Oh,
I don't know if it still is. I mean, it was a couple weeks ago. I was like, damn, I wish I could buy that.
But see, when you would walk out, there was historic pictures of your place that was like back in the day. So I don't know if it was an actual apartment, but I think that they had that set up as
it used to be a department store.
Yeah, a department store. That's what I think it was.
I don't even remember why, but there's something that said that about it.
Oh, because the elevator had wood floor. Remember?
It said like department store, like in the elevator or something.
On the little lights at the top. It said like
the elevator was sketchy as fuck though.
It was because that elevator had seen some people and things. I think there was ghosts in that building.
The only thing I did not like about that place too, if somebody got off the elevator, I mean, I could hear them walking. Like it felt like they were in my bedroom with me because my room was up against the wall how it turned like that, and I always like.
Well, not to have that negative mindset, but I love ghost shit and spooky shit. I'll be honest. When I was in there, sometimes if I heard someone get off the elevator and I was like waiting for someone for a showing and I didn't hear them come my way, I'm like, because I know that hallway's small, I'm like, where the fuck they going? Like who's in that hallway? So that place was just interesting because all the history. And I think I've shared it with on an episode here before, but just talking about because we're going to dive into Carissa's real estate stuff and her life story. But the whole thing I was going to say too, working for that job where I rented to her, one time Chris gave me a house off Algonquin, and I got told that the maintenance man had overdosed in the bathroom and died. So when I went there to do showings to show a few people, I started getting really nauseous and sick, and I felt like there was someone running upstairs. So I went out front, I almost threw up. Like I think I started throwing up a little bit, and people were pulling up to do the showings, and I had 3 scheduled. And I told all 3 of them, I said, I have a bad feeling. I didn't want to like get into too much info about the guy.
I'm talking
about this other house. I didn't want people to think I was like wanted to disclose the guy dying, but I told him that, there's something spooky going on. I'm hearing footsteps upstairs. There's no one here. Well, all these footsteps keep running upstairs. And this couple's like, we'll take it. We're going to take the house. And I said, you don't care that there's someone running there upstairs while we're down here? They're like, no, we get a good sense in this home. Well, my boss sends me there to get the locks changed, and I go to change the locks, and it turns out that the LG&E person had put the power off because they were doing some electrical work. Where that maintenance man had overdosed in the bathroom, the power was off. Tell me why that light was on. I fucking ran. I jumped out that house. I screamed. I said, nope, I'm never going back. So at that job,
can't help it but go back to the ghosts, huh?
Well, there's a lot of ghosts. Yeah, I love
ghosts and animals. Every story is back to ghosts and the animals.
Yeah, I mean, I do tie a lot of stuff to ghosts.
Too, though.
But just that with that job, I'll be honest, I ran into a lot of ghost encounters. I ran into a lot of stuff that was spooky because number one, you don't know what you're running into some of the properties. A lot of his shit was like historic and shit. But so growing up, Carissa, your life started in was it in Louisville or where did you start your life at?
No, I was born actually in Tennessee, and then we moved here. My family, my dad and my mom came here. They started a business. They were doing rain soft water treatment system. So then they all left, and I'm still here. But my kids are here still. My brothers are gone. But yeah, I moved here, and I don't know. I moved here in like third grade. I was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
And been here, so I grew up here. I guess that's what I think.
Yeah. So me and Carissa went to high school together. Didn't really run around with each other in high school,
Why
but
not?
we knew each other. Yeah. We knew each other though, and
I just asked him what my reputation was. It was funny.
Well, I'd say your reputation. You're the bad girl. You're the girl. You were slinging it and being wild. But I know I didn't. I didn't know.
I used to have a ball every day. I don't know. Yeah. Just whatever.
No, but we were always cool. But yeah, we just never hung out. But no, we ended up. I rented her that apartment, and then what's funny too is that me and Carissa have I was in the real estate game for a while. Now she's in that game. So we've really got to talk about that a lot. And we went to like Hawks. We've gone to some other places. So it's been fun hanging out with Carissa, getting to know her again and actually getting to know who she is. And so I always know her life story is something very interesting because she's told me most of her whole life story already, but I knew it'd be perfect for the podcast. And I feel like she has an incredible journey that she's been on. So with you growing up in Tennessee, I know you grew up here in Louisville because you went to J-Town with me. Before you got into high school, you were dealing with horses when you were younger, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to show horses, and but I played softball, danced, and cheered. I was just doing like too much. I feel like my parents were super strict on me. I think that's why I was so wild. Mm-hmm. I was not allowed to do shit, so I just started lying to, be able to do stuff. I got caught doing that. So then I started sneaking out all the time. And of course, the only people that would come get me would be older people, with cars, people that I really had no business hanging out with. But that was what I put together to be social, like I wasn't like people, were doing innocent stuff in high school, bonfire parties and stuff like that. And I couldn't never go. My dad had this thing like I had to be home before the street lights came on. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's what time? Like 7 to 8 o'clock. I'm driving, bro. Like, what the fuck? I want to live my life, so I just did, and then I guess that was the start of my downward spiral.
So it might went a little crazy, but no. So like with Carissa, I lost touch with you. I didn't really know what was going on with you, and then, like I said, ran to that apartment. I was shocked when I saw your name, and when you were like looking for that place, and I was like, "Oh shit, I know that name." So, your journey did have a little bit of a downward spiral before you've gotten to where you're at.
Well,
presently.
First of all, I had to move because my. I don't know if I should talk about it.
No, you can talk about
Well,
what.
my kid's dad died at my other apartment, so
Mm.
I just was like feeling super eerie and stuff there, and I needed to move quickly, so I found that spot. And then, yeah, what was the question you were about to ask?
But no, I was just talking about you. You ended up basically feeling like all these places that you've grown up and seen had changes, like I said, from Tennessee to Louisville, and you felt like you had a strict dad and stuff, and you were rebelling. Where did you feel like on the journey before you feel like you set a downward spiral and you did get a
Well,
lot of stuff? Where did you feel like your favorite place was to actually live, and like where did you feel the most comfortable, like settled in at that time
at
before you got like locked up and stuff?
Oh, you didn't even tell him. That was just throwing it in there. But
Well,
yeah.
no, I'm not. No, I mean, I
Well,
just
I
was.
mean, at that point, I was feeling super great. I was walking around with a lot of money in my pocket. If I
Mm,
wanted to buy whatever, there was a jewelry store across the street. I would go buy whatever I wanted over there all the time. Like I was driving nice cars with,
mm.
like I don't know what you said, the most comfortable. I felt comfortable right then because I felt carefree and I felt like I could do whatever I wanted. But that was
Yeah.
not true because I lost everything and lost. I mean, it wasn't worth it then. But
So how did that happen with the situation? Like, so where do you feel like I guess the way to say it, like the world of crime started with you? Like,
hmm.
where did you get
Well,
your first situation you run into?
okay. Well, I started selling weed in high school, like because I
Mm,
smoked weed, so it wasn't really like I was making a profit. I had a regular job then too, but
yeah.
then when I started dancing.
Mm.
I
And when you say dancing, you mean stripping, right?
stripper, yeah,
Okay.
okay. But I did not. Anyways, I'll get to that point. But yeah, I was in there, and naturally, everybody that comes in there are drug dealers. So I'm meeting them all the
Yeah.
time. I actually had somebody that was like giving me stuff to sell there, and then I was like, started thinking like, fuck this. I'm not selling nothing for nobody. I'd rather just do it myself
Yeah.
and keep the money. And I also then like transitioned from dancing because I didn't like the respect that I didn't get. Once people found out I was dancing, it was like I wasn't shit. So I was
You
just
felt
did.
like people looked at it like degrading?
Yeah, and
Mm,
I just didn't like that. I mean, I think it's smart for a young, attractive girl, young period. Any
mm.
young girl is gonna make money doing that, and I made a lot of money doing that. But I did not like the repercussions of it. It made me very like insecure about myself, feeling always like I'm just being constantly judged. I was not I was young, so I wasn't sure of who I was. I didn't know that at the time. I thought I
Yeah.
knew it all, but so I didn't like that. And then I started selling dope, and I started. I don't know. I just started making a lot of money, and that's where I guess it really kicks in is the money.
It was like a rush and like trying to, get
Well,
the next dollar every time you want to try to find
yeah,
it.
and I don't have to beg somebody for it. Actually, I can pick and choose who the fuck I want
Yeah.
to deal with, and
So when you were dancing, were you bouncing in different clubs or were you at one club?
well, when I was here, I actually started dancing when I was 17 at on 7th Street for just a little bit. Some of my friends had started doing it. They were older than me, but I was like super scared that anybody would find out, and
Yeah.
at that time I was in high school and I worked a regular job from 3 to 9. That was the max that you could work. The hours for my age, and it just wasn't enough money at the time. My parents had split up, and I needed more money, like to help, take care of things. And uh, I had got my own apartment. I had all the paperwork and everything ready for the day after I turned 18 to go and sign it, or the day I turned 18 to
Mm.
sign it. My 16-year-old little brother had moved in with me, and he just was all over the place, actually got me kicked out of there. And then I don't know what else. So yeah, when I danced, so I really at first I just kind of did it casually. It wasn't like I was on a schedule or
Hmm.
anything. And then when I was pregnant, I started bartending
Yeah.
up there, and I was 20 in a day, But after that, I was like, I started traveling a little bit. Actually, a lot. I worked at Treasures in Houston, San Antonio. I was out there for the NBA Finals. Then they have them in Miami. I was in Miami for that. Miami's a little sketchy to work in, but there's a lot of prostitution in Texas too. But when I was in Texas, they had just started the new laws about like covering your nipples and stuff. So they were really strict about any of that. So it was actually a great thing for me at the time. I went up to Indianapolis. Went there for when U of L and UK played. I made like 10,000 in like 4 days there. It was
nice.
Super. Yeah, then they fired me because I would just get so loaded and cuss everybody out. They fired me because I had brought my own liquor in a bottle of water, a little shot of vodka, and some bitch told on me, like, whatever, but, and in Miami, I've worked at like all the clubs. I've worked at Tootsie's, the famous Tootsie's. That's really cool. When you go in, there's like, you're working with like 500 plus girls. You go in, scan your thumbprint. You got your professional makeup artist back there. And
now, what was your dancer name?
Callie. And that's what people know about it. But one thing about
that's hilarious because we were talking about like you work in the real estate game and like naming and if you wanted to change your name up or what. And I think I said Callie and I realized that was your dancer name. So did you feel like now let me ask you this. What if you went to the club and there was already a Callie? Could there be a Callie too? Like, could there be a second Callie?
I don't remember ever really having that problem. At that time, that name wasn't really like so popular like it is now, Of course, here in Louisville, if I was working, nobody's gonna take my name here,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know that I ever ran into that.
Yeah. I was just curious. That was something I always wondered because I remember when I worked security at PTs, it's like everybody had their certain name.
Yeah.
Their particular name. Shout out to one stripper that cracked me up named Tabby Cat. When I sold Budweiser and I worked security, she was half human, half cat.
Oh, she
would
be furry?
Yeah, well, I don't know. She'd walk around old Louisville. When I was working for Budweiser, I'd sold to the body shop in PTs, and
the body shop is sketchy.
Oh, sketchy as hell.
That was behind that apartment.
That was the apartment I was talking about where the Chinese food. Well, I sold beer there. I sold beer there for a few years, and she'd always buy Lime-A-Ritas, and I was one of my Budweiser accounts. So I remember I go in there every Thursday, sell the beer. Well, she'd walk up and go, meow, and she'd have like cat ears on and half human cat. Me and my ex-fiance, my ex-fiance lived on 3rd and Guthrie, so we would go in there a lot.
Every day.
No, we go in there a couple times, and like we always would crack up because we'd have a beer to support my account. And there's Tabby Cat. No, Tabby Cat. You had
her whole schedule down, like you're gonna lie.
No, she'd come around, and I remember there was a couple times I'm in my beer truck driving through old Louisville.
I'm still wondering what Tabby Cat's doing now.
No, I don't even know. But what's hilarious is this is a crazy story. So like I used to would see her through old Louisville and she'd ask for rides and shit, and I'd be working for Budweiser, and so I'd be in my truck, I'd give her a ride or whatever. Well,
it sounds like y'all had something going on.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, so anyway, Chris is full of shit. If y'all haven't known, Chris is full of shit.
This cat walking around old Louisville.
So anyways, back to my story. But it was just funny. When I was working at PT's, I'd eat food there before they opened, before I worked my shift. I only worked there for like special events and a few times. And one night we were sitting there just talking before they opened, and it was like 5 o'clock. And I said to my buddy Russell there, I said, I was like, dude, selling Budweiser there, I was like, there was a lot of like crazy places I went to, and we're talking about all the different accounts. And I said, oh, Tabby Cat. He goes, dude, Tabby Cat used to work here. Well, out of nowhere, the phone fucking rang. The telephone rang, literally, and Russell goes, hello? And next thing you know, I swear to God, he puts it on speaker. It's fucking Tabby Cat. Tell me why we were just randomly talking about it, and then Tabby Cat calls PT's asking for a job again. Fucking crazy.
You told her to.
Bullshit, Chris. You're bullshit. So anyways.
You did all that to call right now.
No. I don't know.
I can get your job
I have no clue where Tabby Cat is. But no, Good luck to Tabby Cat. But no, she half human, half cat. I never thought I'd meet anybody like that. But
apparently pretty common now, you know.
I mean, yeah, there is a lot of furry people, and the people wear tails and the mask. And I I worked the Louisville Arcade Expo.
Are
By the way, no,
Do
hell
you
no.
do stuff like that?
Fuck no, I don't
Secretly?
do shit like that.
What
I
was
know
y'all
you do.
bond about?
No,
Huh?
no,
How did you all bond for
no,
real?
me and Tabby, I sold her beer. She got me commission. But anyway,
Okay.
so I ended up God damn it. So anyways, I worked the Louisville Arcade Expo at the end of March every year, and I'm always like head of security. I've done it 10 years in a row. I want to shout out Logan and Joe, my two autistic buddies. They'll be coming in to play, and I swear to God, the furries will be showing up there. There'll be people in these costumes, and I just sit there and I'm just checking wristbands. No, I'm not excited. I'm just checking wristbands, and I swear I'll be watching, and I'm like, there's some of these people in their own world, and I just can't believe how many people wear tails and all that stuff. I don't judge, but I just let them do their thing.
If you were to be a furry, what would you dress up as?
Well, if I was into furry stuff, I mean, when
Tell
I'm
the truth.
no, I mean, no. If I was ever a furry, I would definitely have no idea. I don't even know how to process that because I would never be a furry. But if I was to pick an animal and I was a furry, I'd be like a skunk. You know, because you know, I'm just like walking around, you know, skunk like. But
I'll
you know,
keep my eyes
what was
peeled.
it, Pepe Le Pew? But no, I would never do that. But no, when I worked in security. It's always an interesting job. Meet a lot of crazy people out there, but a lot of fun. I've only had to kick out a few people over the years, but come out March 25th, 26th, 27th. They got every kind of system you can play. Louisville Arcade Expo. I'm always there in the front. I'm holding it down. So there's a lot of tournaments, a lot of things going on. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are out there that are just very interesting furry. The costumes, they have a costume contest. So there's some things where I wear and I'm just like, I get very confused. The only thing that really bothers me talking about the Arcade Expo costume wise and just people in general, I hate when there's someone that's, it's not because they're overweight, but they wear a t-shirt where they should be wearing a 2X and they wear a large and the stomach hangs out underneath like the guys and stuff. There's a guy that comes to the arcade. So again, I've done this 10 years in a row, and every time he comes, he wears
so your body
the tiniest shirt.
Now?
No, I'm not body shaming, Carissa. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No, I'm just stating. I just wish people would wear a bigger T-shirt. It confuses me.
It.
No, like. The
ladies like it.
No one likes it. No one likes it. No one likes it. It's just hanging out. So I just wish that happens to a lot of people. I just wish that like throw the 2X on. I love rocking the 2X, and I'm not even that big of a dude. I just like rocking the 2X.
Well, that's in right now, actually, the baggy stuff.
Yeah, but I just don't get why
in the wintertime.
Why the small shirt has to be worn
when I'm gaining weight, you know.
Well, this isn't like more of the. It's just more of like you're at an arcade expo. Why are you wearing the tiny T-shirt to play
I don't
pinball?
know. I think that it's ironic to me that you're seem more caught up on this than the furry thing.
No, there's furry things too. No, I'm just saying I see a lot of stuff there.
You're more concerned about the little T-shirt.
No, there's furries that when the furries that come out, I've noticed a lot of it is like foxes. I've seen people wear the mask. There's also people that like dress as actual cartoon characters. Like I see the Marios, the Luigis, but there's some that I'm just like, who the hell are you? I can't figure out what you are.
Pokemon, probably.
Well, the Pokemon costumes are always common. You got a Pikachu out there. There's
I
always
told my friend
Kirby, the video game person. There's a bunch of Kirbys out there.
I don't think I'll take it as far as putting the tail on or anything, but I could definitely see myself in an all-black cat suit with the motorcycle helmet with the ears on a motorcycle.
Okay.
One day, maybe. I better hurry up, you know. Before I hop off and some old lady's hopping off every fuck.
Well, I don't know what what kind of furry would that be?
I
A
wouldn't be a
motorcycle?
furry. I'd be just a bad bitch on a bike.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what that title
I don't
would
want
be.
to put a tail on her, does it?
Oh, you're not looking for a tail. No,
No.
no, I get
I
that.
just saw the helmets online. I was like, hey, that's cool. I have a couple of friends in the motorcycle club, so it just gave me an idea.
I've only been on a motorcycle about 3 times. It was fun. I remember my
Oh
first
my
one
god.
was like in high school. It was pretty cool, but
No.
I remember it was just it's a bit way different
Where
driving experience.
I don't remember who I was on a motorcycle with in high school, but my first experience, I burnt the shit out of my leg. Fucking horrible, my calf when I was getting off on the whatever pipe, and that
Oh
was
my god!
a shitty experience. Then I got on another one, which was insane. The
Mm.
motherfucker was going so fast that, of course, he had goggles. I didn't, and my contact flew out of my eye or in the back of my eye. I don't know. He was going so fast. I thought I was gonna die then too. And I
Were
don't
you
think
just holding on
well,
for
yeah,
dear life?
holding on for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's wild. I mean, that's
Yeah, it was
wild, dude.
really, really fast. But
That's
yes.
fucking crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
I did never want to get back
No
on that.
helmet?
I don't know. I'm sure I had a helmet on,
I was
but
about to say, I'm like,
but
you're raw
not the
dogging
but
life
not
hard.
I don't know, maybe not. I don't remember, but I would just I don't know. I mean, it's so long ago. I would assume I did, but don't they have the little visor over your eyes?
Yeah, you'd have a visor.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
how would
have
your
that.
contacts shoot out?
Yeah, I didn't have that then.
Oh my god, you are wilding on that with the
Yeah.
bike. Because I'll be honest, I've seen some crazy ass crashes people do, and maybe doing some wild shit. But I watched a video the other night. I just be YouTubing like when I'm at the house working on shit or eBaying or some shit. I'll throw some on the
eBay
background. Oh, be thinking. Chris is mad I haven't sold her items yet.
Yeah, because I am mad because I
My
said,
items
this
are moving.
Okay, whatever. Anybody want to buy an automatic cocktail machine?
Okay, all right. So yeah, Chris has got some things, but no, my eBay has been popping here as of late with some random buys. I just haven't been able to sell Carissa's items yet. But no, I was throwing on something on the TV the other day, and it was called a street takeover. And I like to watch this dude named Charlie Bow. He drives through different hoods, and he does like hood vlogs, and he just kind of just has the dash cam. He just drives through and sees crazy shit in different cities. And the other night in Philly, it was like a street takeover, and there was like 1,000 motorcycles doing the wheelies and ramps. And I'll be honest, it's badass watching, but I always think I'm like, man, I see some motherfuckers wheeling and they look like they're almost standing up.
I swear
one bad flip, and that shit is whoop gone. Yeah. So that shit's crazy. But I remember seeing all the 4-wheelers too. Like I remember when Meek Mill, the rapper, came out, and a lot of his videos, he'd have like the 4-wheelers and the crazy shit. Have you ever been on a 4-wheeler? Like on the, have you rode down the street on one?
Yeah, we had one growing up. I used to race my brother on my horse on the 4-wheeler. You'd be on the 4-wheeler. Really? Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
I had a faster pickup than him on that.
What was your horse then?
Well, I had a couple of them. I had one my parents bought me when I was just starting out. His name was Bojangles Dancer. His like great grandpa was in the Derby or some shit. I don't know. I was scared as fuck. I kept falling off. I was like, I'm done with this. I don't want to ride horses anymore. But then
would he buck you off or just
he would take? He was only 6 years old. So he was just young, straight off the track. Not a beginner rider material at all. So then I was traumatized from that. And then I started taking lessons and I started leasing a horse, which was such a better situation. His name was Dakota. I called him Cody. He was beautiful. I actually won when I showed him. It was my first show I ever did down at the Kentucky, the State Fair. And I won
Fair Expo Center.
I won High Point. I won my whole division. It was like, a lot of people in it.
Hell yeah.
So I won, I competed in 4 different divisions. Hunter jumper, showmanship, which I did not place in that one. That's where you lead them and do like a pattern. And then hunter equitation I got first in that. And then I don't even remember. And then hunter under saddle, I got second. I got 2 seconds in a first and then didn't place, but that put me at the top of my division as far as my ranking. Won a big belt buckle, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. No, that's dope. Because I don't think a lot of people know that about you. Yeah. So I think it's cool that you can share that. Because
and then that same year,
that's something I don't think I knew at all.
travel softball. I played for the Lady Sluggers too.
Oh, okay.
And we had played in Panama City for, I don't know about, it was the World Series, but I don't know that it's, I mean, I don't know how legit the World Series is. There multiples of those or something?
There may be in some, but if not, at the end of the day, you were at that World Series. That's the way you got to view it.
Yeah.
What position you play?
I play. Well, see, when I first started playing for that that team, I was doing my age group was I was the oldest in the age group. So on that team, I played first base, first or second base. And then when I'm bumped up to the older girls, they were I think 14, 15. I was 11, I think, or 12. I don't know. I was young.
Where was your spot in the lineup? Where'd you
on
bat?
That one, alternate.
Okay.
Bench, yeah. So I started, I sometimes played left field.
Now you play softball now.
Yeah, I do, and it's so fun. It's about to start up again, actually, and I play first base there. I like playing first base because
y'all won championship, right?
1 out of 3.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Okay.
No, we only won 1 out of the 3 that we played in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you won a title, so that's the way you got to view it.
I won a koozie.
Oh shit, a koozie. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So it's called a LXC, right? To put that shit on. Yeah, I played in a football league with LXC, and I'll be honest, it was not fair. We got to the championship league. It was companies versus each other, and in our championship, this dude that was never there for any of the games.
That's how ours
shows up.
Yeah.
He's 6'7", played for U of L 2 years. He's mossing us in the end zone. I'm like, where did this guy come from?
That's exactly what happened to ours in our championship at the first one we played. And this fucking guy pushed me to I was like, what in the actual fuck, bitch? This is not even that at all. At all. He said I was in the baseline standing on first base. What do you mean? You're running to first base and I'm here to catch a ball coming to first base.
He wanted that koozie. You gotta understand.
He was an idiot. And then they had some random guy, the same thing, come in and of course hit home run back to back. And then all these rules changed. Over the fence. It was what we were smashing, beating the fuck out of them. And then this guy comes in and we're just quiet, it's fucking losing.
It's fucking Mark McGuire.
Yeah, we've been trying, we've been winning all season, and then now we're at the championship, and this random motherfucker comes in and just beats the shit out of us. Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, that's ironic. We both went through the same shit, different sports, LXC. So to go back, when you did get locked up on the shit that you went through and did all that, what do you feel like, number one, we all know common sense. I've already had people on here before talk. Prison sucks. We get it. But what do you feel like prison taught you? I
met my bestest friend ever. My sister is what I call her.
Oh, did shout her out.
Well, she's still locked up. Jessica Curry. I love that bitch. She'll be out in September, and I feel so bad. She's been in there since right after she turned 21. She was pregnant, and she is still in there. So that was I don't even know how. I think she's about 28, 29 now. So she's doing 9 years is what it'll be. But
how long do you get to talk to her? How many times do you get to talk to her?
We message all the time on Core Links. We do video visits and call whenever. I don't know. It just varies. But
what is the communication process like? Do you get daily calls in there? How's that all work?
Okay, I think it changed. See, when I was there, I think we got 300 minutes a month. I don't know. I didn't have a phone for the whole 2023 and pretty much till I left or commissary. So I really don't remember all the way. But it was free phone calls when I was there and video visits, but I really didn't do those either. I really just didn't talk to nobody out here. Honestly, I had, my man at the time, he sent me $100 a week and my mom would send me $100 a week and I didn't really need to talk to nobody. I mean, I would have liked to talk to my kids and stuff, but it wasn't really an option.
Yeah. So do you feel like when you were in there, was there anything with you now doing real estate, how did you feel like, do you have opportunities to educate yourself in there?
No, that fucking place dumbed me down.
Really?
I came out, I feel I don't remember nothing. My memory is so bad. I've been trying to take supplements and vitamins to try to work on that. I don't really know what to do. I think I'm worried that I'm like developing early dementia already. And I don't know. I've
There's
been,
brain fog.
yeah.
You think this
But
was?
I did hear that's from trauma too. So I don't know if,
Yeah, I think it's stress trauma, and I think
mhm.
also they do say with women that are locked up, there's a quicker aging process. There's a quicker
That's
thing. I'm not
bullshit.
saying that you were in for a super long time, and I'm not saying like aging from the standpoint where you're like old and 80. I'm talking about. I
Well,
think there's probably symptoms that you have to deal with.
stress
Yeah,
on its own.
stress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Grayson County, I did almost a year there, and that was the hardest time that I did in the waiting to get sentenced to go to prison, because you don't leave a room. You're in one room with 10 people, and that's it. You get your food brought to you. You don't leave. You don't go anywhere. You have one phone, one TV, and you're with these same bitches all day long, and I mean, they're funny. Some of them are funny, and there's funny shit that goes on, and some of them are psychotic, crazy as
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
weird. You know,
What did
like,
you?
okay.
What did?
One girl, let me tell you this. One
Yeah.
girl came in. It seemed like sorry, Grayson County people, but everybody that gets locked up there. So, there's the feds, then the state, and
Yeah.
then the county people are wearing orange. They always come in for the same, like they're on rotation. First of all, like you see the same ones coming through regularly. One bitch though, she stunk so bad, and then they seemed like they never want to wash their hands either. Like after they use the restroom, we have no privacy nowhere. But this lady had a sty on her eye, huge. We were like, what the fuck is it? And I swear to God, the next day she woke up and it had moved to the other eye. It traveled.
Okay, that's insane.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Then there was like, don't look at it; it will go on you. You know, and I'm like, okay, well, like,
Oh my God! Oh my God! That
yeah.
is wild. So let me ask you this:
I
like,
did get to go to church once a week, but I had to be on a wait list for 6 months, so I got.
well, what did you watch? You said TV. What was some of your
I did
favorite
not watch
shows?
shit. I
Nothing?
didn't watch none of that shit. I slept all day, stayed up all night. I don't know. I read books, but they only let you go to they didn't even let you go to the library. They brought a cart with books on it once a week.
What you tried to choose to read? Fiction, nonfiction?
What I mean, I tried to read anything that I could get, and we would just rotate them because
Yeah.
I mean, I literally had nothing to do but do that. I did learn how to play spades, and I am really good at it. And I actually, Jessica, my sister, that's what we always be saying. We won in the unit. We, everything's like you bet, like noodles or stamps. Stamps is like currency in there.
Yeah.
And so everybody played a tournament and put in like I don't remember what it was, however much money and worth of groceries in it.
Okay.
And we won these big sacks. It's like woohoo! That's what we played sports all the time there too. That's when I started playing softball. Again, I learned how to play volleyball. But when you won, you got like exclusive snacks. That's really sad and I got fat as fuck in Grayson County too. That I thrive on exclusive snacks. Like, I gotta win for this fucking Kool-Aid pack right now.
Well, it shows that you still have that competition spirit that you had when you played sports when you were younger. So, would you say when you were in there, what goals and motivation you have in your head? Like, you didn't think like real estate was a possibility? Did you not think?
No, I already wanted.
Like, what was your? I'm saying, what was your plan? Because you knew you were going to get out. You knew there was light at the end of the tunnel, even though you felt like it probably took forever.
I slept the whole time I was there as much as possible. I don't know, like I would go out and play sports, but otherwise I just was not interested in nothing going on there. I did not like it. It was boring. Like I just didn't like it. I was at a camp, so it was pretty cool. Like as far as me being able to, it wasn't controlled movements. Like we could go out on the yard like from I don't even remember. I think it was like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and so we could just move around, and that was all right, But they were just weird. Like they were just weird. Like everybody like loved like the squirrels, animals, huh, Eric? Did they like fed them and stuff? But if you got caught feeding them, you would like get what they call a shot in trouble. You could like lose your phone.
Be in trouble for feeding the squirrels?
It depends on who, like how petty they are. Even like when it gets hot out, getting in the sun and having your sleeves rolled up or something, or your shoes off. Like I swear to God, when I came home, I had a tan line on my foot, like that. It didn't go away for a long time. Like from it
Yeah.
having socks on for years. My belly didn't see sunlight for years. I didn't even see the sun. I didn't feel the air for almost a year, you know?
Damn, dude. That's crazy.
And the boys though at Grayson, they get to go out and play basketball and do all the things. They have it way better.
You get better activities.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they stick together. The girls all want to, even if you do get something cool going on, they're like, "Oh, I'm telling," like they're like
Yeah.
running and telling on it and stuff.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. So do you feel like overall go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, oh yeah, about my goals. No, while I was there, I felt like I'll just I'll worry about that when I get home. But of course, I wanted to get back. Right before I left, I had I'd done started my first investment deal. I got I found a lender and put a business plan together and got all of it funded and caught a case of like a week after I closed. So that was all fucked up. I didn't know really what to do at that point because I didn't know how much time I had, how much time I was going to be gone, or what I should be doing with my time when I was out. So
Yeah.
I still have that because my lender knew what was going on, and it was cool how I set it up. The feds weren't able to take that from me either because of it was like legitimate. I could prove it was.
How far
legitimate.
did you go back, or how long did you go back at that time?
What do you mean?
Like, how long did you get locked up at that time?
Well, I did 3 years, but I did another 6 months in the halfway house. It's still technically locked up. Like
Yeah.
it's not like a state one where like it's very controlled movements. I have to put in a computer if I'm going somewhere, and it has to get approved. I have to call when I get there, call when I'm on my way back. I might call the place and make sure I'm there. If you have a car, they'll check your mileage. I had a car, but I parked around.
And we both know.
Corner.
Wait, and we both. And what's funny, we both know the chick that ran your halfway house, but we don't know her.
No, she didn't run it, but yeah, I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
This chick that went to our high school, like, I'm cool with her. I always go blank on her name. She be liking my shit. Sorry to her.
There.
Carissa, she ran her halfway house. It's just funny, small world. But like, when Carissa asked me if I knew her, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I do know her. But I always go blank on her name. I always do.
I didn't realize who it was though until after I left. I don't know if I'm allowed to even talk to him or nothing. I don't know, but I'm not gonna get in trouble over that dumb shit either.
Yeah.
I don't want to violate for that,
Yeah.
Saying hi to, hey, we went to high school together. Like,
it ain't worth it on that shit. So once you got out, like, let me ask you this. So what was your freedoms that you were so excited to be able to experience again?
Food?
Like, what I'm saying,
food?
like, what kind of food? Like, what was
everything?
Everything?
Any and everything? Yes,
really?
I love food.
What was your first meal that you had? Do you remember?
Texas Roadhouse, which wasn't shit. That would not have been my number one pick at all. But I don't know why I even went there. I think because I had to get to where I was going, and that was close,
Yeah.
en route. So I had to do that, but I not had to. But it was weird too. I couldn't even eat though. I felt sick when I was eating. I guess I hadn't had shrimp or seafood in years.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe the grease or something. But I can't say that because the food there was horrible. Like, I won't say horrible because it was actually pretty good compared to some of the other places I've been. Like when I went to the Hole in West Virginia was horrible. That was horrible. I lost like 30 pounds, I think, when I came back from there.
Oh my God. In West Virginia?
Yeah, well, they.
Wow. What part of West Virginia?
I think it was Beckley, but they when you get in trouble there, like if you get sent to the Hole, you really go to the county. So I go to because they don't have a Hole at camp. So I went to the county, and then I went to the Hole in the county, and that was a whole thing. The only thing
West Virginia is a fucking weird ass state.
Weird as fuck, and it was.
It's a scary state. It's weird.
And I was up in the hills, But the cool thing about that was though that 300 minutes a month was out the window. I got a tablet. I got to watch movies all the time and make as many phone calls and video phone calls as I wanted. Like I was living the best life besides me starving. Yeah. They didn't even recognize me when I came back. Like the lady at R&D was like, "You need to get a new ID made. This doesn't even look like you." That started my weight loss journey. That and something else. My man actually caught a case during right at that time too. And he was like gonna get my body done when I got out. And then I was like, fuck, I'm fucked. I gotta work out now. He's going to prison too. Like
Yeah, I gotta get on my own regimen now.
yeah.
I gotta get my own shit.
He's not gonna be able to pay for this.
So so what did you feel like when you got out that you felt like man, like this is new. Like I know it ain't like you've been locked up forever. Like what was
it
new
makes
to
you
you?
so grateful. Like just I just felt so grateful. You know, you're just walking down that hill like out the gates and you just want to cry, like really. Like it really, you're just so grateful. Even just to be able to pick up a cell phone, it was really weird because I'm like now they got AI, all this stuff happened
Yeah.
while I was gone, and I'm like slow. I told you I'm dumb anyways. I don't remember anything. I have to be like, hold on, let me see, like
Yeah.
and research it. But I don't care. Like shit happens, and I just keep pushing forward. One thing that's I've never lacked is motivation and drive. I always am out to make stuff happen for myself. However, I hate that situation happened for my kids the most. And then it really sucks too now with me trying to do everything that is the right way and having that situation be a problem to me. Like my first deal that I got, I'm converting all my own leads, calling random people I don't know on, for sale by owners and stuff online that I'm finding on Zillow and trying to convert them to let me list their properties. And the first lady, we had agreed to do a contract. I sent it to her. I was happy it was a woman, like I was like, yeah, a strong woman. Like she likes me. She thinks I'm gonna be good for her, and I sent her the contract, and then she texts me and says, hold on, I think I need to back out. What's up with the mug shots? And I'm like, fuck, like what? Like, and I just paid like almost 900, it was 900 or 875 I think for this mugshot removal. But so I don't know.
I just think I think it's fucked up because it's like at the end of the day, I think you got a good redemption story. I think you're ready to take on new shit. You got investors.
I'm excited
trying to do all these exciting things. So I just feel like the people that judge you on it, they got to realize and wake up. Everybody wants to evolve, and if people want to better their life, even though they fucked up at one time, it's just like you gotta let people get their redemption story on.
Yeah, also, yeah, that's how I felt. Like, how are you gonna judge me about something? Then you see me obviously working in a good direction, and then but try to like shame me for it. She was like, "I'm not judging you." I'm like, "Yes, you are," but that's fine. Like, whatever. Then I had got another deal right after that, and I got another one the week after that. I don't know what happened with this third one. He's under contract, but he doesn't want me to list it he won't tell me why or nothing. He just got weird. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But one good thing though, because I still have my property, and I'm actually supposed to be having a builder. Now, let me talk this up a little bit. I don't know if I should because I don't have it all locked in. I haven't told you about this, but they just built an while I was gone, they built an apartment complex, catty corner, like it touches like my back kind of corner of my property. And they just sold it for 1.5 million in November. So I talked to somebody, one of my lenders, hard money. Actually, I would talk to first a contractor who he wanted to build a sixplex there, like tear down the house that I have there and build a sixplex because it's really, anyways, it's hard to get funding for a new construction project if you haven't already had two with somebody else or some credibility. They're like, what, So I have somebody that's supposed to be going to look at it. They were supposed to go this week, but I guess they're out of the country. They'll be here next week to go look. And my lender said if they bring half of it, like if they bring, then they have the money to do it. I just don't know if it's gonna happen, but they got the 500. He'll fund me mine, and see what happens with that. But
yeah,
that'll be cool.
That'd be a cool opportunity. So, like I said, things seem like they're moving in the right direction, and they're flowing, and they're doing well. Yeah, no, I mean, I think too, it's like what I gotta say to you for sure is that congratulations on becoming an agent and getting in this biz and trying to, build your life up and do these things. And like I said, you haven't let your past, you don't dwell on it. You
I
just keep
did
moving
dwell on it
forward.
for a minute. When I lost those
Yeah.
deals, I dwelled a little bit.
But I've seen you though, because
I
I
was
was
sad about it, actually.
I think
Felt
you're
very
now
discouraged.
moving forward though in the best direction you can because you're not giving up. That's the main thing. I think your biggest thing is you not giving up, and you got the drive. You got that
Yeah.
competitive flair, so it's like you can keep doing this shit.
Yeah, what I do love that really is never I guess because I've seen myself do a lot of great things. So I don't ever question my abilities to do stuff. But sometimes I get bored with it or discouraged, like, ugh, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Like when that happened, I was like, ugh. Like I actually reevaluated it, and that's when I paid to get that mugshot off because I was like, I mean, I don't know. It sucks. How do you explain to somebody that really doesn't know you that you're not like untrustworthy? Like I don't really get what the issue would have been if anything to me, but of course I'm biased. I feel like I have a edge that a lot of people could not match. Like I can do both things, I can be on this side or that side of the fence, and I can relate to all different walks of life. And
well, that's where I've told you before. I feel like you sharing your story can also like help you connect with people that have gone through the same trials and tribulations that you've gone through. I mean, we've talked about, off camera or off audio recording that, about trauma and different shit. And it's like you could relate to people and you could tell them like, hey, I gone through that shit. I know how it is. Let me get you in your starter house. Let me get you in your right house, and and keep building that clientele because
I love that. Yeah, actually, one of my buyers is she's doing really good, and she actually used to be one of my clients in the other way too. I guess but now she's a client in this field, and she's doing great. She's actually running a halfway house, or not a sober living house right now, and through her church. But it's so nice. She lives there by herself. They haven't actually started, so it's a brand new construction, brand new house. Just her and her dogs in there. She's working 2 jobs, and she gets paid to run that nobody even lives there yet. She's got a sweet little thing going on,
Yeah.
But we do have a contract to find her something, and I'm excited about that. I had originally hoped to do something with my property because she wanted it in something in that area, and she said she agreed to it. If I did put something together, she would buy that. But I'm worried about doing that and hitting the appraisal right on the nose, with her budget, whatever that it turns out to being. We're working on her credit and stuff right now. But I have another property too. Like, I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. Actually, my photographer, he kept, I kept booking things for stuff, and then I'm like, okay, cancel because I don't know what happened. This is this, whatever, and he's like, and so I finally told him because I felt like stupid about it, like
you felt like you were like, you kept rain checking on it, like moving shit. So I get it. Yeah, that would be like you would feel like, oh shit, I'm doing this
like
again.
you're fake.
Yeah,
like I need to deposit.
Like the photographer's like, is this ever gonna happen? Yeah.
And but he had like ChatGPT, what to lean into, and he was like, investors aren't going to give a fuck about that. And I didn't even try. I have not tried to even lean into it on purpose. Of course, that's what I naturally want to do because that's what I want to do myself. I like this real estate thing ish because I am making a hella connections and learning the ins and outs of it, all the contracts and all the legalities of it, and I like that. I don't like calling people all the time with the follow-up, begging them all the time to work with me and stuff. I feel funny doing that, but I have been in it's okay.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. Yeah.
But I have this week I got a new listing for a investment property, and I have a few people that are interested in it. So hopefully I might get, I'm hoping it's Monday. I might get that done before the end of the week,
Well, that'd be dope. And like I said, I'm proud of you. I think it's awesome. And I think you have a very interesting story. And I know you've gone through a lot, but it's all about the present day, and keep on trucking and keep building.
So grateful.
It. Yeah, and I'm glad you are
have
now,
my kids and everything
doing all this stuff.
And they're doing great. Like I'm so proud of them. Like I told you, really bad for them more so, because I'm sure that my absence caused more trauma than anything I've probably been through. Somebody, a kid not having their mother, it's major.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be something that they're probably gonna be dealing with, and I'm sure it's had major effects on them. I know that it has. We were actually not recently, but we were doing counseling. We were doing family counseling. I didn't really feel like that was working too much because it was like too much. Like they weren't real. It's like a touchy subject when we're talking about all of the things, and I feel like I was very overpowering in it. They don't talk too much. It was like just me talking, like say, and they just didn't really participate.
Weren't responsive to it.
Yeah. So and before that, I had my daughter in counseling on her own. It seems like with them though too, the same as me. Healthy lifestyle works wonders too. A structured schedule.
You've entered the gym lately, right?
Yes, I finally got back in there. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I had stopped like right around Thanksgiving, and all the holiday food took over, and I just went with it, and I really enjoyed that too.
What benefits have you discovered with it?
Sleeping. I have anxiety like really bad, I guess.
I started taking that ashwagandha or whatever, and the goalie, they got me. I see these ads 1,000 times where they're selling we got 3 different goalie mineral things, but I've taken them for a few days and they're good. Like apple cider vinegar one, it's like a prebiotic, probiotic. I've been really big on like trying to cut soda, eating better. My weakness is like I eat healthy all the time, but then I still keep the Hershey chocolate little nuggets sometimes. So.
Actually, I learned this in prison too from this lady I was in there with. She was a doctor, health. A health. I don't know. She was a therapist to people who were addicted to food, and she was saying that the food that we have over here, anything over 10 grams of sugar or fat, is addicting. And in other countries, they come with a warning label on it, like that it's addicting.
Yeah.
And I do notice that, like Thanksgiving, I made some yummy food, but it was just I just wanted every night to eat something sweet, and I loved it, but my mental health.
They say it's like high cortisol levels in our body. Like it's a lot about the different, diet and stresses and everything. And it's all about just trying to give it up. I mean, I still give in to sugar.
You need to not have it in your house though.
Yeah,
it's easier.
And you're right, because to be honest, I went to Myers and I just got some stuff I needed for the house, but then I scooped up, I'll just get a bag of chocolate, I'm eating great. No, it's not a big deal. It's not killing me, but but it's feeding into the addiction. And it's also talking about labels in other countries. It's crazy seeing some of the, I had friends from Germany here and seeing their cigarette warning labels compared to like ours. It's like ours have the words like Surgeon General, the warning. Theirs actually has like a dead person or like a person smoking. And you see the cigarettes that you can get at different, they call it duty shops or duty free places. And it's just like, the labels in some of these countries, it's wild seeing that shit. But you're right. It's all about sugar. Is mainly it's an addiction for all of us.
And what I did do, and now I haven't really been having an issue, but I do have it in my fridge at home. I looked up healthy sweet desserts. So you can get sugar-free Cool Whip and sugar-free like pudding, Jello pudding. I was doing like the instant packs and making it, but it's just easier just to do that and mix in a little, and then take just like 1 or 2 of the Oreo thins. There is some calories, and some sugar in that, obviously, but and crush that up and
it's all about
graham crackers and strawberries.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right, because it's all about eating more natural too. Like the artificial shit is just the stuff that's really fucking terrible, and it's like, trying to stay from that. And like the sugar-free movement is great. I mean, it's from the standpoint too,
there's
like
some things
there's some things that they don't taste great.
Yeah.
But like the fruit sodas, I like those. They still have a few grams of sugar. But it gets to a point where it's again, like you said, it's all about the addiction. It's all about trying just to cut back on it. And it also too, it's like trying to find a way to not always like end every meal with something sweet. That's something that I think a lot of us do.
Yeah, well, but when I see my body start transforming and I'm focused on putting in that work, like that that takes over any type of sugar craving for me when I'm
Mm,
seeing the results of it. I like to put something on and look good. I don't like to shop for something based on how comfortable I'm going to feel because of the way my body is right now, and I
yeah,
want to be able to just go online and pick out whatever I want. And boom, like that's what I'm wearing today. And that's it.
yeah.
Like it just feels good. It felt really good when I went down there to Miami and being in my bikini looking like this,
Mm,
but
yeah.
that's kind of was like kind of like I guess when I did that and came back, I was like, oh, I already look good. Who cares, And then
Yeah.
that was not the right move because now I have to redo it.
Well, just take that Miami motivation and take that to the gym like you're doing, and you're killing it. So that's awesome. But hey, to wrap it up, to before I do my sign off, how can the people get in contact with you if they wanted to do any real estate business with you, or just reach out in general?
Yeah, I guess well my phone well should I say my business line is
You can
my
do
phone
whatever you're
numbers.
comfortable with. That at the end of the
I don't
day,
want to
this
say
is
that.
your sign off. Yeah, you tell them how to reach out to you
My
on
email
Instagram or
address
social media.
is carissa.murray@exprealty.com. I have a website too. And anybody though, I do want to say this as far as real estate goes. People, I think, put a lot more emphasis on the whole process, like, oh, I can never get a house or da, da, da. No, it's just like, just do it. Like, as long as you have a job at $99. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Not commercial. No, you just have to have consistent income, and anything else I can get you anything else that you need as far as tools to get you set up for that. And people get caught up on the interest rates and stuff, and that's silly to me too because nobody's waiting around to make a move on the government's interest rates. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather be paying on something than. And I got off track. Sorry.
No, no, no. No. I get
Yeah.
it.
So that's how you find me.
Okay. Well, basically,
Okay.
I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for sharing your story. I'll definitely, now that you're one of my, I hope to be regular guests, I'll have you on for another season in the future. But thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for being candid and like vulnerable with sharing some, real stuff about life. I know it's not always easy sharing negative shit, but I feel like you're on that
Yeah.
redemption, so that's the way to do it. But
Mhm.
but everybody that's been listening, I got a lot more episodes coming, about 18 more to go. I got special guests and gonna be doing a few solo episodes. Vibingwithsleazy.com is the website. I want to shout out Pod Page for doing my site. I want to shout out Buzzsprout and everybody that's been listening. New countries have been rolling in, so I'm going to get those countries announced for the next episode. But again, BibleSleazy.com,
Bye,
Facebook,
Jen.
Instagram, and we are out.
Bye.
Peace.